Okay, we're out here in the desert mountains, and we are doing a little bushcrafting, getting a little dirt time in. There's my camp set up over there, a little fire pit. Had a fire earlier, and using that to melt the ends of this paracord trap that I made. Basically, this is a spring snare setup. Okay, this is our triggering device. We've got two pieces of paracord. One is attached going up into this Palo Verde tree. And there's a bungee cord here. It's attached and tied up real good. And then you've got your snare wire, which in this case is just a piece of bankline coming down. The snare is right here. Hard to see. The other piece of paracord goes down and attaches to a rock anchor down there. And it's just got loops tied on both ends. So one can loop on the rocks and the other can loop here to this stick. This is two sticks, it's not a Y stick or anything. And right there is where all the tension of the trap is, and there's a lot of tension up there. This stick, this smaller one, is notched out, or the notch is in the big stick, but you can see that it's not even in the notch, it's on like the lip of the notch. So that's going to give it a really good hair trigger. It's going to be very sensitive to vibration. And then there's just a light amount of tension up there that's keeping it pressed against the paracord. So it can kind of sway in the wind and everything, but it's really not going to come loose until there's a lot of vibration. This other piece of paracord is just attached to this big stick to keep it from getting lost. What you would do with this little one, you would tie another piece of string to it. You wouldn't even need paracord, you could use bankline or anything, thread, fishing line. And then you would take that string and you go all the way over to somewhere around the trap and make some sort of triggering device there if you wanted. You don't even have to do that with this trap. I'm not doing that because I'm trying to wrap this up. It took me about an hour just to set this up and carve these sticks. So I'm not going to make this too sophisticated. And I'm going to use this stick right here to simulate an animal going through there. So basically the way this would be triggered, it's going to be, we're going to pretend that an animal's coming through, it gets caught in the snare. And instead of a traditional snare where they just writhe around and choke themselves out, this one's going to trigger due to the vibration and the tension that the animal's causing, and it's going to yank it up. You'll see how it attaches to this stick here. So I'm not sure how sensitive it'll be because you do have to test this stuff out. There's my snare right there. You can't see it, it's in the shadow, but that's where it's at. Maybe we can even, sorry, I'm doing this one hand. Oh, accidentally hit it. I'm trying to get the, there's the trigger. I want to get that in frame. So I'm gonna put the stick in here. Okay, so didn't really do anything yet, but focus up there on the Y, the trigger. And it's eventually that animal's pulling, it's trying to get away. It's yanking, there it goes. And then it's definitely caught on here. That wouldn't go anywhere. So that's pretty much it. It's not very extravagant. To be honest, that Palo Verde just doesn't have the tension and the recoil that I need it to have. You'd want to use a sapling if you were in like the eastern woodlands, or a bigger tree. This one's really small. I'm up on the top of a mountain. There's not much to work with. But it is what it is. You get the gist of it. This really isn't about the trap itself, it's just about the trigger and how to set that trigger up. So you can use, you know, a rock as an anchor, another tree as an anchor, and you don't need to hammer stuff into stakes into the ground or anything like that. So it really didn't even yank it up very high, but what that would do is really cinch down on the animal's neck when it pulled it, and give it a little extra tension, which will hopefully choke it out and kill it a little bit faster. But you know, it's not perfect. You just got to get out here, try it out, see what you can come up with, and hopefully this video came out good enough to where you can see those sticks separate due to the vibration when that was triggered. That's the kind of the main point of this exercise. But I am going to take this down. I'm not setting this up for real. So I'm going to be doing some more dirt time and bushcrafty type stuff, looking at different types of trap setups. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe to my channel. But other than that, thanks for watching.